By the look on your face, you've already experienced the Devesp's deceit firsthand.
Indeed. Aurelia tried to blackmail us. I had to recover evidence she gathered against my cousin and myself, and stop a riot in town she caused by sticking up posters which mocked us, and which depicted you as the heroine.
And I can assure you I'm not responsible.
I don't doubt it, madam. However, Sir de Corsilion told me that the seal used on the wedding contract was fake, but that we needed the fake seal itself to prove it and put an end to this sham.
So you would like me to get Aurelia de Vespe away from her quarters so you can search them at your leisure?
That's the general idea. She did ask us to organize her arrival. Your message shouldn't surprise her.
Don't worry, I know exactly what I'm going to write. The young de Vespe may be talented, but I have years more experience. Oh, if I may offer some advice, you should question the Nauts who brought her here. They must have gleaned some information on our charming princess on such a long journey in close quarters. Admiral Cabral should know where they are. You should go and see her. Do you have any other questions?
Goodbye, Lady Morange.
Goodbye, Your Excellency. Be careful. Don't underestimate the trickery of the de Vespes.
Come closer, good. You'll find all you need. Welcome. Have you seen anything? Thank you.
Desarde, what can I do for you?
Greetings, Admiral. I came to see you as I seek information about Aurelia de Vespe and her entourage. Since they landed on this island, they haven't ceased their efforts to undermine our city and our diplomatic position. And since they traveled on your ships for several months, I thought you and your men would surely have things to say about them.
We don't make a habit of revealing information about our passengers, but I'm willing to make an exception this time. Since we got here, part of our ship's crew, those who were in contact with the de Vespes, haven't been heard from. The rest of the crew, the ones who steered the ship, are here. They're worried and fear the worst for their comrades. I would be very grateful if you inquired of their whereabouts. If you find them alive, I will not object to them telling you everything they know. Quite the opposite. One thing is certain. The de Vespes will never set another foot on one of our ships.
Rest assured, I'll do my best to find them. Goodbye, Admiral.
Goodbye, Desarde. And be careful.
I need to be going. Until we meet again, Admiral.
found the Dara Grimadarum Dar.
Things are about to get dicey.
Those Devesps disgust me with their little files full of horrible information on everyone. But make no mistake, if we don't stop them, they'll have the whole island at their beck and call with this kind of information.
Hey, is someone here? We need help! Help! Thank you. Thank you immensely for having freed us. Had we stayed here, those lunatics would have killed us.
They already killed one of the men by giving him some kind of potion.
Yes, Aurelia de Vesp came, with a smile on her face, and poisoned one of our men. To test the effects of a plan. That's what she said.
We must go through Aurelia's things. We need to prove that the wedding contract was forged to stop her from causing harm. Did you see or hear anything which could help me while you traveled here with Aurelia de Vesp?
That woman is very secretive. She isn't the kind of person who speaks of her plans in front of those she treats as servants.
I served her in her cabin. Every time I came in, she slipped the documents she was reading or writing in special chests. However, one day I heard her talking to one of her followers. She told him that with all the information they had gathered, they would easily take over the island. She clearly spoke of bringing the other governors to their knees with the information she had against them. She wants to blackmail them.
She probably kept us locked up here because she knew that we had heard her plans.
That's undoubtedly true. Thank you for this information. Do you know how to get back to the Admiral, now that you're free?
Yes. Don't worry. We'll soon be back on our ship. Thanks to you. Goodbye, Your Excellency. Be careful.
Things are about to get dicey! Move away! Things are about to get dicey! I must admit that the De Vesps are clever and well equipped.
In any case, thanks to this seal, we can prove that the contract was forged. And we can send Miss de Vesp back to the continent.
That may be so. But after seeing what was written in that journal, I'm worried about Lady Morange. We should try to find an antidote. The Donegada in this region should be able to help us. They must know about all the plants.
Oi, Onol Manawi.
Hello.
Bur Tirtumat. I'm Vad from the Beraignodas clan. I need to speak to you.
Burtir tumad donegada.
Bur Tirtumat, Siora. I hope your friend will be able to help us. I've heard people talking about you in the village, and Dunkas respects you, so I'm sure you'll understand.
What is it?
This land has been sacred for generations, and only the Donegader of our clan can come to calm the anger of Enon Milfrichtimen.
This is where he spilled the burning blood of the land to destroy our enemies. The sun trembled and the sky was black for days.
It is madness to come back here, especially for Renaigse. You must leave and take all the other Renaigse with you.
Do not fret. I intend to ensure that they don't stay long. Neither here nor on this island, for that matter.
I hope so, Honor Manawi. Because we can already feel the anger rising up to Credennis. And many would die if it spread.
And these Renaigse don't understand anything. They're multiplying like flies. No sooner had the ones in black arrived from the sea, than others came from the woods to surround them. And now here you are.
I promise that these lands will soon find their peace.
Do you have anything else to ask us?
Yes, I actually need your help. I'm sure you know all about the plants in this region. Do you know of any that are poisonous? The leader of those who came here plans to poison one of my friends.
It's true that the leader left the camp at one point. She stayed in the woods for a while.
If it was poisonous plants she was after, I'm sure she would have collected sedek leaves at this time of which causes a great deal of suffering. But the antidote can be found in some roots that we know well.
You're in luck. We have a small bottle. Anyone who drinks it quickly after being poisoned will survive.
Thank you. I'm infinitely grateful.
Do you have anything else to ask us?
You said that this region was sacred. Could you tell me more? What happened here?
Of course. It is good for the knowledge of ancient times to be available to all. Tekka, tell the story.
A long time ago, as I'm sure you already know, the people of the sea emerged from the waves and began to destroy our island. They built houses here and began to hollow the cliffs. When our kings and queens went to pray in the heart of the island, En on Milfritiman didn't just send the guardians. His anger was such that his heart caught fire, and a long trail of burning blood spread all the way to here, destroying everything in its path. The people of the sea were destroyed here in but a moment, and we learned to fear the volcano's anger.
Since that day, us Beregnodas have watched over this place to ensure that that amount of anger never returns to Enon Milfritiman's heart. Do you have anything else to ask us?
Thanks again for your help. Goodbye.
Kwa awalam seg, Onol Menawi. And don't forget, those Renaikse need to leave.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for saving me. I never imagined the Defesps would go so far. She tried to poison me.
Don't mention it. The Donegada of the Dunkas clan should also be thanked, my lady. They gave us the antidote.
May they be blessed. I'll send them a present to thank them. But you should go straight to the palace. Aurelia de Vesp was headed there. I'm afraid she may try to take over by force.
I'll go there right away. Get well soon, my lady. Aurelia de Vespe. On behalf of Governor Constantin d'Orsay, you are under arrest.
Oh, really? Hardly surprising. Typical of the d'Orsay family's underhanded methods. On what grounds, might I ask?
Firstly, for fraud and forgery. The wedding contract you gave us is fake.
Your lies are as dismal as they are desperate. The contract bears the seals of both my father and your prince. Is he trying to back out? Or has his idiot son simply decided to disobey him?
Neither. The d'Orsay seal upon this contract is forged, and I can prove it. Here. This is what was used to seal the contract. A cleverly made counterfeit we found in your camp.
That seal proves nothing. You probably made it yourself to undermine me. That contract could not be more authentic. The same, however, cannot be said of your noble lineage.
The second charge made against you is the attempted murder of Lady Morange. Are you also going to deny that your men attacked her?
This is a very serious accusation. I assure you that I had no knowledge of any attack on the former governor. And if an attack did indeed take place, I am certainly not the one responsible.
Is that so? Then why does this journal, written in your handwriting, say that you wish to rid your city of all d'Orsay sympathizers? And that you'd found the perfect poison to do the deed in the forest surrounding your camp? Thankfully for Lady Morange, the Donegada living in the region gave us an antidote.
A journal only conveys thoughts, not facts. Don't tell me you've never wished for someone's death without actually acting on those thoughts. And more to the point, who's to say that journal's genuine in the first place? Your so-called evidence, Mr. de Sade, is but lie after lie.
Lastly, you are accused of having sequestered and murdered the Nauts who brought you to this island.
Another baseless accusation. I don't know how you could possibly prove my involvement.
As it happens, we freed the survivors, and they are very willing to testify against you. For all the charges set against you, you are under arrest.
The malachor upon you, de Sade. I greatly underestimated you. How wrong I was. I should have courted you and made you my ally. Together, we would have been unstoppable. Very well. What are you going to do with me?
You'll be imprisoned here while we wait for the Congregation Council's ruling. Go on. Lock her up.
The de Vespes would have tried to impose themselves to the bitter end. It's fantastic that you gathered all this evidence. We won't have a ruling from the Council for months. Years, even. But I'm sure the de Vespes will pay a heavy price for Aurelia's folly, and the d'Orsay family will emerge greater than ever. Anyway, you should destroy the documents you found. Nobody else should ever get hold of them.
You're right. I'm going to burn them all right now, just to be on the safe side. Goodbye, sir. Thank you for your help.
I merely gave you guidance. That is my role. See you later.
All that's left is to destroy the evidence the de Vespes collected about us. And with it, the web of lies cast upon my friends.
Carantz, I'm glad we managed to save Lady Morange. Considering she's a Renaigse, she's rather wise, and at least she does not despise us. But I can't understand why you decided to simply lock this Aurelia up. She should have been sentenced to death for having betrayed her people. But your politics on the continent are very complicated. Anything else?
I must leave you. See you later. Hello.
Renaigse, there you are again. What do you want?
To speak to you about my cousin's capture and the massacre of his escort. A soldier from the nearby outpost survived and told us that you were present on the battlefield. I know that you see us as your enemies, but we are not here to harm you. I only seek to find the man I consider to be my brother, as well as the man who was protecting him. Katisach, one of your greatest Donegada.
No Donea Exregao would attack Katasach.
If you didn't attack him, you must know what happened to them. I was told that an islander took my cousin away. Perhaps your men were there to aid them.
We do not have your cousin, and we do not know what happened to him. As for Katasach, and the worst, Tire, he died from his wounds. That night, we heard the sounds of a terrible combat. The ground shook all the way to our homes. We went to see, but we arrived too late. The last breath of Katasach had returned to the wind when we arrived there, and many of the Renaigse were dead. We could do no more. We carried the body of the Donegad and brought it here.
He gave his life to protect Constantine. May he rest in peace. This request might surprise you, but we would like to see him.
Why? What do you want to do with him, Renaigse?
Examine him to understand what killed him. We were told that an island native was there and that he likely led the attack.
No Donea Exregao would attack Katasach. You have been lied to, or they were mistaken.
That is the very reason I need to see his body. To understand.
You may see him. But if you desecrate his body, you will pay for this offense with your life.
Katisach. Seeing the state of his body, I hate myself for having suspected him. Forgive me, Denegad, to have doubted your loyalty and even more for what we are about to do. Now then, let's see what story this corpse has to tell. Afra would know how to get information from this body. I'll need to go and find her. Here is the body of Katisach. Could you examine it and tell us what you make of his wounds?
Of course. This won't be the first time I've examined a corpse. We note a great number of large, blunt force contusions, covering the entire surface of the victim's body. None of the wounds could be attributed to a blade or a spear, nor are there any visible bullet entry points. Practically every bone has been broken in multiple places. The rib cage was torn open and then collapsed. The open wound reveals multiple perforations of the vital organs. Here, the borders of the wounds have been singed. The flesh is blackened, exposed to a flame, no doubt. And we also note several patches of mineral residue. They seem oddly out of place in spite of the exotic insular origin of our deceased. I would be hard-pressed to tell you which of the wounds proved to be the fatal blow, but one thing is certain.
He was smashed violently by a giant rock that was without a doubt on fire.
Yes. These wounds are similar to those given by a heated cannon shot, though in a less regular fashion.
The dead soldiers we found had identical wounds. As crazy as this may sound, whoever is responsible for this attack is capable of wielding molten rock.
In any other circumstance, your conclusion would qualify you for an asylum. But I stand on the side of the improbable. The natives' powers reside outside the body of knowledge we possess.
I can't imagine an Adaig behaving like this. It is not their way. That they might attack careless hunters or warriors, true, but to attack Katasach, the power to call volcano fires, could only be that of a guardian. No simple man wields mountain fire.
We still don't really know who is actually behind this attack, nor what they want. Judging by the severity of these wounds, I fear the worst for Constantine.
All your experiments. You've learned so little. You've learned to fear. Your instincts should have been enough.
We had to at least try. Are you not even concerned or angered by what happened to Katasach?
We've grown accustomed to the loss of lives, your relentless attacks and incessant treacheries. All the same, there is truth in your words. This attack is out of place. Guardian and Donegad would never attack one another. There is a ritual that might help us. Anatalas Fair.
The Anatalas Fair. What is it? Tell me more.
It is a magical rite that only a person with a powerful bond to both spirits and nature can perform. It allows the Donegad who chants it to relive the last moments of an Onol Manawi.
That would allow us to at least see the face of his assassin.
If what I have heard is true, yes. To my knowledge, only one Donegad still living knows the ritual.
Let's ask her for her help, then. She might be able to tell us what has become of Constantine.
You are quick to ask another to put her mind in danger for your own concerns. Imagine the pain of the wounds of another, shaking your body as the cold of death crushes your beating heart. This is what you must ask of the Tiernahach. It is the price she must pay for performing the ritual. When her companion was lost in battle, fighting against your own, she wanted to live that death beside her. Since that day, our Tiernahach Kadachtas has never breathed air with the same breath.
That would explain her distrust of the colonials.
You must make her see your purpose. It may be the only way you are going to learn the fate of your cousin.